9:42 right now. Love is the Drug. It is Sarahbeth Purcell's first novel. Is that correct?
It is.
Oh, wonderful. It's nice to see you here. We're glad you're here. Greg Nobles is also here from the band Morris Minor. They're going to be playing tonight. And Sarahbeth is going to be reading tonight, all in one big event there at Page and Palette in Fairhope. Tell me about this book.
It was a long time coming. It was the third book that I finished. And I had 112 rejections before that. I must have submitted it to just about everyone who would read it. And I slowly found out that you have to have an agent.
Ah.
And it just occurred to me. And I got an agent and through a long string of stories. But she submitted it to, and the first people was Simon & Schuster. And they said yes.
Oh, wonderful.
And
That's excellent.
they took two, so I have a two-book deal with them.
Must have been a happy day.
Yeah.
We're going to incorporate music into your book signing tonight, 6 to 8. Morris Minor is going to be playing along with Greg here, and one of the things I wanted to bring out, your family has a musical past, particularly your father, correct?
My father was a mastering engineer. He was a sound engineer also on the road in the 70s. He worked with the Allman Brothers and Neil Young, and so I grew up around musicians. So it came very naturally to me to write a book that has so much music in it, and so it's obviously really, it's perfect that there's a band playing.
Well, you have to incorporate music wherever you go, almost. I bet you take your own boom box with you, don't you, in case the band's not available.
Almost, yeah. Or I have, suggestions.
Now, this book, this is, I've talked to a number of authors, and I always ask authors about autobiographical content of their books. And one author told me that, it's all autobiographical. You've taken a fictional stance in this, but a lot of this is probably drawn from your past. Is that correct?
You know what? I think if I were to answer that honestly, I think really anything is autobiographical only because it's based on a human experience, not because it's that specific experience necessarily. So I always tell, because I have more male fans than female fans.
Really?
And so it's odd, but it seemed odd at first, and then I realized they're not necessarily looking at Tyler, the main character, as a woman. They're looking at Tyler as a human being, and that's how I looked at it when I wrote it. There are certain experiences in it, such as the top 10 list of injuries I've endured and lived to talk about, that are all true.
Okay.
But there are other things that I know human beings have experienced, or I assume human beings have experienced that I wrote about. So, you can kind of figure it out.
Well, go to Page and Palette tonight, 6 to 8. Pick up a couple dozen copies of Sarahbeth's book. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. She'll even sign it for you.
Absolutely.
Write you a nice little message. Greg Nobles is going to be there with Morris Minor. He's got a CD out also that we've got, we'll get a shot of here in just a moment. But Greg, now you brought band members today. This is, you have been on this the scene here in
for
Mobile
a long time.
Since
about 89.
Yeah.
I'm 34. I've been playing music in Mobile probably illegally since 1989.
Wow, excellent.
Getting under the 21-year-old age.
You guys will be playing tonight. What kind of music are we talking about?
It's mostly rock and roll stuff. I would say it'd be it's really appropriate kind of things that would go along with Sarahbeth's book. I'll write songs about unrequited love and.
Well, we're running out of time. Let me just let you get on out there, see Morris Minor tonight, along with Sarahbeth Purcell. Nice to have you both here. Awfully good to see you. We're coming back this morning.
Thank you.